Hi crafters. Why do I cough every time I turn my camera on? Okay, this is a Christmas card that I made at the scrapbook weekend that I was at last weekend. And I told you I'd do a video on how to do it. This card is so pretty in person. I'm hoping that the super glittery Egyptian gold embossing powder will really show up. How much glitter and shine is in that. I just love this. So, of course, my matching envelope. So we'll be making the card, doing the inside, and doing the envelope. So let's go ahead and get started. Put this out of the way. So I've already cut our card base at our standard card base, 5.5 by 4 1/4. And then the designer paper is cut at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And this is, now my original card, the pattern is larger because it was from the 12 by 12 page, and you know that they scale when they go to a 6 by 6, they scale the pattern down. It works with both. I like the 12 by 12, but I've used all that paper. So I have to wait until my order comes in, where I ordered a whole pack of 25 more sheets of this particular one. I love this paper. It's going to go with a lot of stuff. So I have more paper ordered, but this card I'm using the Snow Village Pink Paisley's 6 by 6 paper pad. And can't see it really well because I've taken my kit apart, but the creative kit from Pink Paisley on Snow Village is awesome. It's got 380 pieces in it, stickers, chipboard, paper. It's a great kit. So check that out at stampinmania.com. So back to the card. The designer paper, 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then the white piece that we're going to stamp on is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. Now I'm using 3 stamp sets because I'm doing the inside of the card as well. Our main card is using the Technique Tuesday Holiday Ornaments stamp set. Cute little set. You can do so much with this. If I remember correctly, I think it's like $9.99. Great stamp set. So this is our main one. Then for the verbiage on the outside, I'm using the Hero Arts Very Merry Christmas. And then for the sentiment on the inside, I'm using the Stampendous 'Tis the Season. This set has a lot of great verbiage and sayings for the inside of your holiday cards. Really good set. So I am actually using 3 stamp sets, again, since I'm doing the inside and stuff as well. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to just adhere the designer paper. Let me put my glasses down so I can see. Hopefully I have enough light to see, because I didn't unpack my lights from my weekend last weekend because I'm going out again next weekend, so I left some of my stuff packed up. So hopefully I can see without my other desk light. I am one of those crafters who needs a lot of light. Okay, so I've adhered that piece. Now we're just going to kind of set that aside. And I'm using the Ranger Adirondack Lights Juniper ink. And so I'm going to take my, move things out of the way here, my like bow or whatever, my stamp, my tree image. And I'm going to make that tree have multiple branches, I'm going to stamp it once like this. And then anytime I want to make a tree look fuller, I can use that same set and I'll kind of turn it a little bit and make like a shorter branch coming out of it. And I totally messed that up. Great. Okay, beauty of paper, 2 sides. So let's try this again. Stamp 1. I swear I made a bunch of these cards last weekend and I did not screw that up once. Then I turn it a little bit. go. Stick that aside. And now my ornaments, I'm going to be using Versamark. And I'm using Hero Arts Red Royal for the bows that are coming down. So I'm going to put those on first so that I know where to put my ornament. Love the clear stamps because I can see where to stamp. And then another one. And then for the next one, I want to use the bow. You can see I've got two different types. Let me stamp off here a little bit because you need to make sure, because I kind of messed up a couple of cards with this. I can't get the wet wipe out. I'm just being doubly sure, kind of wiping that off because I want it to be a little shorter. So what I'm going to do is not stamp the whole thing. I'm going to kind of hold that over the edge like that. So you can see I'm not stamping part of that bow. And that will allow me to have a little bit shorter bow to hang the ornament from and still have room for the ornament. So you can see this one's long and that one's short. So that's how I did that. I just stamped up less of the bow. Okay. I'm messy, so I'm going to get all that out of the way. I have my ornaments already on my little block. Stamp it up Versamark really good. Gosh, I love this about the clear stamps because I can totally see where I want to stamp. Seriously, there was a hair on there. We're going with it anyway. And I'm going to go ahead and do all three of them. Can just emboss them all at the same time. And the last one, I just love this stamp set. Can do so much with it. Alright. This embossing powder, I have used a lot of gold embossing powders in the past, and none of them have the sparkle and glitter that this. It's by Judikins. It's embossing powder, Egyptian gold, and it's not only gold, but it's got glitter in there. It's just, oh, I love it. So I'm going to go ahead and, what I didn't use, because I forgot, is my powder tool. That looks like we did okay. To keep the powder from landing in places I don't want it. Now we'll heat it. Use the heat tool and emboss it. And you know it's done because I don't know if you can tell on the camera, it gets shinier. As you see it go shiny, you know it's finished. Just love this. I'd like to have these ornaments on a tree. These real ornaments. Cool. So shiny. I warped it a little bit, but that's okay. And now for the sentiment. I'm using my press, my stamp press. Make sure I get it on there nice and straight. And this is the Hero Arts Red Royal. This is harder without my light. I'm seeing a bad glare. Normally I would not have this problem. Okay. One thing too I like about using the stamp press for stuff like this is you can move it a little bit because it's got some give with these. So as I'm going down I can say, oh, is that in the right spot? Hopefully it is. Make sure and press it really good. And that did not come out good. Why do these work great when I'm not demoing it, and when I am, it's a mess? Okay, well, well, we're going to keep going. Most of the time I would just restart, but I have this stuff pre-cut, and so I'm going to I like to use some dimensional pop dots for the back to lift it up a little bit. I tend to overkill on these. You don't really need to use this many more than likely. And if I wasn't going to send this, like a lot of times I'll make a card for demoing purposes and I probably won't end up sending it, or I don't do the inside or the envelope. But since I am going to this time, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have plenty of stickies. I'll probably go back afterwards and set up my light and fix that. The beauty of the stamp press too is I can go back and restamp that, the sentiment on the front without, hopefully, too much problems. Because you can see the yours didn't stamp good, so I didn't get that good. So I've got that nice and raised up. Then the only thing left on the outside is to put some of the little gold crystals on there. Cover this ink, I'm making a mess. And these are all hooked together, so I'm going to cut them. I like them. Sometimes it's nice to have them all cut together, you know they'll be spaced well. But I know when I was making these last weekend, what I didn't like was I could see the extra glue that was, they've used such a wide piece of glue that I could see the extra glue in between them, and I didn't like that. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them apart. I use my little poker to pick them up. And just going to stick 3 of them on here. Whoops. There we go. And now, let's do the inside. Since we are sending this for sure. What did I do on the inside of this one? Okay. I did one. Where's the stamp? Since our card base is white, we don't have to put anything else in here a lot of times. If the card base is a color, then, you know, you'll cut an inside cover piece, but we don't need to do that this time. So we have our little tree branch. Then we're going to put one, so leave these open. One, let's see, make that, I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter too. Can't believe not having my light, what a huge difference that makes in me being able to see. And which ornament do I want? I love them all. Go ahead and use this one. Because I went ahead and took the time to emboss on the inside, and I even did it on the envelope as well. I just thought it looked really nice. You can tell how much I love this embossing powder, because it's like, can I just emboss everywhere? So heat this up really quick. That red would look good embossed too, but if you were going to mass produce these, you can't emboss everything. And then here I have my inside sentiment already on my block. And I left room for it so I could stamp it in the middle. It says warmest greetings of the season and every good wish for the coming year. There we go. Alright. And then on the envelope, I did the same as I did on the inside. I'm all about, I always tell, when I used to do stamp classes at my home, I would always say, we do not send out naked envelopes. Always coordinate the envelope to match what you're doing. So, let me do that. I'm going to make it short again. Ooh, I barely left room. I think my Christmas bulb might go off the envelope. That's okay. I don't have a problem with that. Because we stamp off of things a lot where it doesn't go all the way. And I always say it's art. So there is no wrong way. But look how cute. And there we go. So, are you kidding me? Why something goes wrong in every one of my videos? Okay. Well, at least it was the end. All of these little ribbons I have just fell over for no reason. But here's the card. And I'm not cutting that out. I don't really know how to cut that out because it's at the end. So I'm going to cut the video off and clean up my mess. See you later. Bye.